Who's ready for the best damn podcast of their life? Welcome to the Local Pundit. I am Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update show for Wednesday, Hump Day, September 3rd. And it's a show that brings me no joy in doing, to be honest with you, today, with the news we're about to report that just came through a couple hours ago about Danny Ward. But yes, it just finally come through. We had Parkinson had some quotes earlier today we're going to get to. And then also, coincidentally, we just signed a backup keeper, too. So we're going to talk about that briefly. 20-year-old backup keeper. We just came on from Tranmere Rovers. So do a quick show on that, quick update. It's not a slow week because obviously we had the big week. We had the big week as a big Monday, obviously bringing all the new players in, 13 new players. But there it has come with this tinge of bad news for Danny Ward, and we're going to talk about that. It's just it sucks. So basically, it's just been confirmed a little bit while ago about Danny Ward, and then we went right into getting another keeper. So we'll talk about that. Please smash that like button, subscribe. We're on our way to 3,001. Let's go. Keep going, keep pushing, keep sharing it out. Only place that brings you Wrexham News and Update show every single day here in the U.S. So yeah, it's not the news I want to be bringing to everybody. Again, it's not good. It didn't look good. So let's look into this. This is from the Leader today. Obviously, they do great work. Injury blow for Wrexham AFC and Wales goalkeeper Danny Ward. Obviously, on the weekend we did see him go down, and it has been confirmed that he will be facing a significant period of time on the sidelines. Everyone saw him in McDonald's. He was in the cast, so it looks like a dislocated elbow. So that's not good. Parkinson said it's really bad news for us with Danny, and more importantly for himself. Said Parkinson here. 1 second, people are just messaging me. For himself, it's a dislocated elbow. But when you dislocate it, when you do the dislocation, Parkinson said, I'm just going to bring this down so I can have that on. You have ligament damage, which needs to be rectified. He faces an operation on Friday that is in 48 hours from now and will obviously be out for a significant period of time, Parkinson said. I think the specialist said that we won't know until it's actually done, meaning after the surgery is done, what the time scale will be. But obviously, it's a very serious injury, and our thoughts with Danny. Remember, he did get concussed as well. It was horrible to watch, to be honest with you. And I feel awful for him, and he's done brilliantly since coming in for us at one of our signings for the summer. But we'll talk about the backup, and we'll talk about the backup who's come in, and we'll talk about AO getting back into the sticks. And he mentions it here about Callum Burton as well. Parkinson said it's all part and parcel of the game, picking up injuries. He will be back at some point this season, ready to play his part. And it goes on to say, Danny was all set to go to Wales, said Parkinson. He was. I think the fact that he'd been playing for Wrexham got him in good place for getting back into Welsh lineup. He did. He said, I know Craig was frustrated, and he's frustrated for us, meaning Wrexham. But now we have AL, Callum Burton, and a new signing, Ruben Egan, that just came on, just announced like 2 minutes ago what it was. 20-year-old from Tranmere Rovers. We'll talk about him in a second. He says, we got two keepers, Parkinson. This is prior to signing the backup goalkeeper. The Arthur save made when he came on against Millwall. Ward was incredible. Yes, got down to his right. Big claw down there, stopped it. He said, I'm not sure that any of the keepers can make that save. And he said, Callum is a terrific keeper. Parkinson went on to say, when we brought Danny in, there was maybe talk about Callum going out. I'm glad he didn't, by the way. But I sat him down, and I really wanted him to stay because I feel he's got a part to play for us. Well, Parkinson knows what he's doing. If you look at it that way, he played really well last year, and he is doing great. So now he's going to play a part, forced into this. So it looks like Danny Ward will be out for a significant period of time. He's going to have surgery on his elbow to repair the damage. And so all that said, I mean, this is bad news. This is bad news. This is not what you want. And I thought he'd been doing awesome. I thought he was doing great. Leadership at the back. I get it. I know people will put their noises right out of joint because AO, wasn't the starter anymore. But, and anyone celebrating an injury so someone can get in is not good. Also, AO wouldn't want to get that job back through an injury. But it is part of the game. We wish Danny Ward the best of health and luck. He'll have everything taken care of him. He's in good hands, and it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. We've had really freak injuries with our goalkeepers the last couple of seasons. It's absolutely insane. But what say you? Everybody? Iron Man says, "Let's go, you Reds." Danny is going to be out until like January. No, yeah, for sure. PCH Cooper's in here too. Chicky Brewer. Oh no, I don't even know if we'll register him. I don't even know if we'll register him. Yeah, Catchin. We're going to talk about Ruben in a second. 6-month contract. We'll do that 1 second. And Patty says, nice timing for a new keeper signing. Yeah, the window's still kind of open, I'd say, for free transfers. I'm not quite sure how that works, but yeah, it's it lists. We're making moves, and Parkinson knows how to do this as well. Dislocated elbow, that's nasty stuff. It looked nasty. It did. And Dewey said, good morning. Nikki D says, it all depends on how fast the swelling comes down after the initial surgery and whether they have to go back and repair something that didn't go in right afterwards. Yes. Yeah, so, again, I always say, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV either. Not today. But hopefully he'll do. We wish him the best of luck. Is it normal to have a secret goalkeeper? Or is it normal to have a secret goalkeeper all summer? I don't know what that means. Hab says dislocating an elbow is going to affect him for the rest of his life. Well, he is a sportsman. He will get good. He will get good treatment as well. And yeah, you never want to see anyone get injured like that and have it affect long-term injuries as well. The thing about dislocations that it's prone to happen again. Free Pug says that does suck. He did start off well. We did. But now it's next man up. AO's got to step up. AO's going to step up, get between the sticks, and he can do it. Burton's going to step up. He's going to be the backup now for sure. Nikki goes on to say, if it stays inflamed for a long time after he's had surgery, it could add another month or two. Josh Raker says that gutted for Danny. I know. And Patty says it's very common to have potential recruits come in and train and hoping for a contract. It's basically a long-term interview for free agents. Yep, that's correct. And Lexi says, feel bad for Ward, but AO, Burton are fantastic goalkeepers. I'm guessing if someone else, if we get someone else back up for those two, as you said, freakish that we had AO and Burton out last year. Yeah, so we just brought in a backup keeper. We just brought in. And no surprise here, unfortunately, says John Hills. Was hoping for better news. Under 21 doesn't affect the squad numbers. So that makes sense. Free agent can sign anytime. Remember Matty James last year. That's true. And I was hoping for better news. Got a reward. Time for AO to step up and be our number one for years. Yeah, can't celebrate it, but he's got to come up and do his job. So there we go. You never want to look at that. Apparently this guy's been training with us all summer. Okay. And let's see here. And the other news too. And by the way, best wishes, Danny. In other news, just broke about 10 minutes ago. We have signed a backup keeper. There he is right there. Ruben Egan signed a 6-month contract with Wrexham. This just broke 10 minutes ago. Breaking news. And not news that we want to break at all with Danny and with us signing a backup keeper. Let me see this. Get in there. Okay, so Ruben signs a 6-month contract. There he is in the kit with the gloves and all the stuff. Wrexham are pleased to confirm the signing of a young Irish goalkeeper, Ruben Egan, on a 6-month contract. Okay, he's 20, was with Tranmere Rovers last season, and spent some time on trial with Wrexham this summer. I'm going to bring that down. He will boast of Wrexham's goalkeeping department, having penned a short-term deal with the football club. On signing, he said, it's a really good club to be at. The way it's been here the last couple of years, it's been an ideal place for a young player like myself. The trajectory of the club is record-breaking. It's amazing. It just makes the ideal place to come and grow as a player. He said, I'm still quite early in my career. Yes, at 20 years old, goalkeeper, absolutely. I still have a lot to learn, but I have some great lads to learn from here. It's a great group to be in as a young goalie, and I'm really looking forward to getting to work. Phil Parkinson said, we'd like to welcome Ruben to the club. We've been looking for a goalkeeper in the U21, under 21 age bracket, and we're looking forward to him joining us. So this does, it solves an immediate problem. So everyone just kind of moved up in the ranks. Okay, 6-month contract. I don't know if they're going to register Danny. I don't know. The registrations have probably already went in. I think so, but it's unfortunate, but good for the young keeper Ruben to come in and have his business. It's also good that he's under 21, so he does not go against our numbers, which is good news for Parkinson. And he is going to run into he's running into probably a squad list dilemma, because there's another article here they talked about it. But with 13 signings and 33 million pounds sent, he's gonna have to adjust some numbers, and this unfortunately might have slid things back and forth a different way. So he says, oh man, the numbers wise, just seeing So I don't know where we're at numbers-wise. Maybe we're at 25 or 26. Do you not register Danny Ward? Probably not. I'd say he's probably not going to get registered. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I won't be in the registration. Yeah, he's probably not. I mean, we don't know for sure, but he's probably not. That's the indication. That's fine. If he's not going to be there, then fine. U21 goalkeeper will help us with the squad depth. Absolutely. Can you register and deregister players at certain points during the season? We'll go this to January. This will go to January. So this will be the squad until January. In fact, again, this is the only good news you probably get about it. This guy is under 21, and he is under 21, and he will go against the numbers, Ruben. So that's good. Remember, keepers do count this year on our 25. But Parkinson was talking about, this was yesterday, about the squad numbers and everything. He said it's going to be competitive in the championship. He goes on. So here are the 29. I'm going to bring it up right here. This was in the leader yesterday. If you can see that, here are the 29 players over the age of 21. Danny Ward, he won't get registered. AO, he will. Callum Burton, Max, Connor, Callum, Hyam, Brunt, O'Connell, and Scar. Okay, we have a lot of defenders. Wingbacks, Ryan Barnett, Ryan Longman, Issa Kabore, Libby, Kakache, who did not go on international duty, and James McLean. Midfielders, George Dobson, Matty James, Lewis O'Brien, Josh Windass, Ollie Rathbone, Ben Sheaf, George Thomason, Elliot Lee, and Andy Cannon. Kiefer Moore, Nathan Broadhead, Sam Smith, Ryan Hardy, Jay Rodriguez. U21s do not count in the squad. Ashfield and Aaron James, and additionally, Ruben will not count. So out of that 29, Danny Ward's not going to get registered now. Possibly not Andy Cannon. Okay, that brings us down to 27. So we still got 2 to not register. 27, I would say. I don't know what he's going to do. Jay Rodriguez, that's 26. Okay, and we're one heavy at this point. I think we're one heavy at this point. Maybe Ollie Rathbone, depending on his timing. I don't know. But there's still some work to be done about getting the squad numbers right. And Parkinson will get it done. He knows how to do this. He's been here before. What's going on here? Sorry. 1 second. Yeah, Parkinson has done it. We'll sort this out. He likes to always leave one open. But I don't think he's gonna have the luxury of doing that right now. But if I'm looking at these numbers, it might I don't know when Ollie Rathbone's scheduled to come back. It's September now. October, November, December. That's 3 months. That's the only person on this list that I can see possibly not getting on the registration list. But that's it. If we're at 26, that's it. John Elmer says, Josh, I think your strong message last week scared Libby from going, we pay his wages. I mean, he does. You can add players if we have room. Parky sometimes leaves a spot open, which we just mentioned. But it happens so many times. You can't unregister players even though they're through long-term injury. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. That's a heavy squad right there. I think we're one heavy. I think we're at 26. I think J-Rod's not going to get registered. Again, like I said, Andy Cannon, possibly not. And then Danny Ward, that's 3. That brings us down. We're at 26. We're at 26. That is a dilemma. And I could see them not getting in. Canada, which are probably not on long-term injury. Yeah, absolutely. And keeping one open for Patrick Bamford. Where? He'd have to drop 2, bring us down to 24, bring us down to 25. I'm not saying it can't happen, but yeah, it's going to be tight. It is tight. Parker have to submit registration yesterday. He already decided Danny must just be deregistered to free up a spot. Absolutely. EOC or Scar will miss out. EOC tried to move to Wickham. He did. Okay. That fell through. I like Scar being in there. I think Scar is the better player for the championship, in my opinion. We have no, I said, we don't know it. We don't have that timetable. We don't free bugs for Cannon. Lee will make the squad while Thomas and Rathbone are out. Thomason's going to come back. Thomason will be back soon. And Parkinson did say something about Thomason. This is what he said about Thomason. If we're talking about Thomason real quick, John. Thomason update for Wrexham manager Phil Parkinson. He's backing George Thomason to come back stronger than ever. Okay. the midfielder joined from Bolton Wanderers. Maybe he's a captain, collecting captains. George started so well with us. George started so well with us as well. He looks what we know. He looks what we know. What he's a really good player. What is that? Okay, that's probably a typo there. He looks like a really good player, is what Parkinson's saying. He said, it was just something very minor, he said, that he had, and he got scanned. There was a split tendon at the top of the thigh. This is for George Thomason, which if we didn't give it time, could result in a more serious injury. So had to be cautious with him. So that's the first time I've heard of that. He had a split tendon at the top of his thigh, which if we don't give it time, could result in more serious injury. So that's a pretty serious injury that could have happened. Sometimes when new players come into clubs, they adapt to different ways of training and a new environment. You can get injuries, and obviously we're very frustrated. We've lost George, but he'll come back stronger than ever. So he's also talking about Nathan right here, Nathan Broadhead, who got a whack in the calf. Initially thought it was okay. Then we had it scanned, and there was a lot of bleeding in the muscle. This is Nathan Broadhead down. We just didn't want to risk him on Saturday. It's not serious, but he's probably a couple of weeks away. So Broadhead's down. So Broadhead probably didn't travel to go. I don't know if Broadhead traveled to Wales. He did get called up. And he's talking about Josh Windass, that he did travel with us to Millwall. He's making really good progress. So we've got some real quality come back in the team. Okay. So there's the update there. He's not going to not register Thomason. Okay. He's a new signing. He's going to play him. The Broadhead one, obviously going to register him. I didn't realize that how bad the Thomason injury was. And then Windass is a couple weeks away. Parkinson's going to run into a numbers problem either way. The injury, we have caught this injury bug, like stubbing our toe all over the place. What is going on? But when they come back, everyone will be fit and firing, and I think they're going to do well. So again, that's the first time I've actually heard what Parkinson said about the injury to Thomason, other than it was a thigh split tendon. Okay. Yeah, John, picking up weird injuries, and he was on the grass last week. We don't know, like, on the grass, is he kicking a ball? Is he hanging out? Is he rolling around the grass? I don't know. Is he doing snow angels? Who knows? But, it is what it is. EOC is more versatile, but I think the new guys get covered between them. EOC for me, no, not for me. And John that's a weird injury. If I saw the latest, it was just Kiefer Moore traveled to Wales. Yes, that sounds about right. And rather have the injury bug now than later in the season. Yeah, we continue to, just collect injuries like that. I don't know why. Chris says, did these injuries force us to bring in more guys, or was it all planned? Well, there was an article that was posted in our Discord from The Athletic saying that this is just not verbatim. Okay, this is just basically what I gather from it. That when we went down under, we thought they didn't know basically what they're going to do with the squad, and then I think after we lost those two games, didn't look like to Parkinson that the team was ready or where he wanted to be. I think the board and everyone decided that they wanted to go all in. They wanted to go all in on this season and see where it's at. That's what I gathered from the brief like scanning of the article. So I don't know if this was always the plan, going after 13 guys. I don't know. But maybe we'll get a little bit more, maybe some quotes will come out, from the boys or from the team, and see that basically like we were going to go all in the whole time, or just waiting for things to happen later on in the window. We don't know. But getting 13 players in now, Danny Ward going down now in 12, is a massive job. I mean, you don't just do that. The work that they put in to get 13 players in and get 7-8 guys out, it's huge. It's huge. Was it always the plan to go all in to get 13 guys? I don't know. Did injuries play into it? Maybe. Did the planning change after Parkinson saw the squad, or like after the first couple games? I don't know. But we'll see. We have lots of injuries, says Maris Bernardo. We do, but they'll come back. They'll come back. I think the one that hurts me the most for the injuries, two actually, other than the Danny Ward one, is Windass and Rathbone. Those are the two. Just like, oh God, And we don't necessarily have an update on Rathbone either. All we know is he was in a boot for 2 weeks and he came back. That's it. That's it. I feel like we brought in needs outside of the injuries. Yeah, Josh Raker, that's good. And John Hill says, picking up Kabore may have been an opportunistic, but I think they've got a new player at every position, every purpose. Possibly. I mean, he's got He's got 2 for every position at this point right now. You know, the Kabore one was like, who had that on the radar? Like that one to me could be an unbelievable signing. You know, I don't. He's alone. Okay, fine. I don't know what his long-term goals are. Maybe he does stick with us next year. Maybe we drop the 4 M's on him. We keep him. But I think he's going to come in and play. I think that right side just got a lot more dangerous. And got a lot more protective there with Heim coming in. Him and Max, you know, fighting it out for there, having Brunty on either side too. Doyle, Jesus. I mean, the back line is stacked. The midfield, let's get the midfield back. One position we do not have backup on is Kiefer Moore. Tess says, I think we know it wasn't the plan to go all in, and that's what the article in the leader said. The poor performance on the tour made us go further. I think that's what I got out of it too. I think I thought we were piss poor playing wise down under, in my opinion. I did not like the looks of it at all. I know it's a tour. I know everyone's getting back in. I didn't care about the rules, but I thought we were off the pace just in general. It just didn't look right. Didn't look like Wrexham football. You know what I mean? And then obviously what happened when we brought some of the more new players in, and you know, we went against Southampton and the things changed. Application says we already needed a massive squad change anyway when we got promoted, and we did that. The leader of the Athletic, I forget the article was. Yeah, it's the Athletic. No way Man City gets rid of him. He's not making Man City squad, dude. Matt, he ain't gonna. I mean, he's good. I don't think he's that good. They got Aiton Ori there. They got Oscar Bob. I don't think he's making that Man City squad. I could be wrong, Matt. I could be wrong. EOC is nowhere near the squad. Dom can play in the center on the right. Scar is third choice to the center half. Brutt can also play in the left and right. EOC's best trait was versatility, and that was no longer needed. He is stupid fast. And David Carr says Kabore signing was moved up or explored as a higher choice is signed elsewhere. The club turned it down. The Wrexham offer. Well, I like him. Hope we have enough money left in the budget to bubble wrap Kiefer every week. Look, we gotta keep Kiefer Moore fit, ready to go. Can't, you know, he's a workhorse, works his ass off, takes a lot of bumps, you know, inflicts pain and takes pain. You can see it in his play style. We got to protect him. So we'll do that. So that's the only thing that's the only position I'm technically very worried about is his position. Sam Smith can obviously do that job, but not as good as Keeper does, in my opinion. But anyways, that's the news and updates for today. Huge loss. Having Danny Ward go down. He's going to have surgery on Friday, like we mentioned, just top of the show if you want to go back and rewatch it. We did sign a backup keeper, Ruben Egan, 20 years old, who had been training with us, 6-month contract. Doesn't go against the numbers, which is also very good. So, yeah, let's just keep an eye on things. But anyways, please smash that like button and subscribe. There, I think, might be a pundit's pick later on today, maybe, but definitely a tactical fortitude tomorrow. Wrexham versus Wrexham. Ken and the boys are going to be looking at the old team versus the new team, what we're going to see coming through. So that's going to be a fun one to watch. And then on the weekend, obviously no game, so we'll see what's going on, but we'll definitely have shows up for sure. If anything breaks, you know, we're here on the local pundit as we do. Keep an eye on, watch this space. Everyone have a great Wednesday, and on that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.